everybody, welcome back to TAZ's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One, here to inspire and empower your wig journey. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new color by Jon Renau in their Cascading Colors collection, just released fall of 2022. We're going to unpack this Solstice, which is S18-60-102RO, as it appears today on the Style Heidi. Coming up. I purchased the style from Wig Studio One. You can find it there too. If you drop below this video, I'll attach a direct product link in the description box. It'll be labeled Find Jon Renau's Heidi. You can check out all of the colors on Heidi as well as the pricing, but you will also find all of the Cascading Color collection available on this style. We invite you to shop at Wig Studio One. If you have any questions for us, please reach out to support@wigstudio1.com. And don't forget to visit us on our other social media. There's a private Facebook group called the Wig Studio One Wig and Topper Support Group, a YouTube channel, and a well-appointed Instagram page. All of those links are below as well. There are a lot of style choices with these new Cascading Colors by Jon Renau. But I chose Heidi because I felt like this really nice soft beach wave, this long style with a little bit of fringe would perfectly demonstrate this ombre technique that they are achieving with this Cascading Color collection. But first I want to just run down briefly a couple of specs for Heidi so we know what we're looking at. Heidi looks very much like the Rachel style by Jon Renau, but Rachel is completely hand-tied. And on all of the pieces that I've had in Rachel, there's absolutely no permatease. In Heidi, it's very much the same in terms of its fringe and its length and its overall style identity. But this Heidi has a lace front, a single hand-tied monofilament top, and then is open wefted sides and back. And Heidi has a lot of permatease. So those are kind of the main differences there. But it is a long, softly waved style with a smooth crown. It has a 6.5-inch fringe, overall about 18 inches. I really like Heidi, and unlike Rachel, you can really get a lot of volume on the top. Now this monofilament top, a lot of times when there is a hand-tied monofilament top, you're not really getting the ability to get some lift and volume on the top. That is not true with Heidi. And this cap also is on the Jon Renau's January. So if you have a January, Heidi's cap is going to be exactly like it. And you can definitely get a lot of lift on top because this has permatease. Now it's not the soft, pillowy, wiry type permatease. So what they've done is they crimped the end of these fibers as they're being sewn in. And that allows us to get some lift and volume without adding a lot of extra fiber. Now Heidi, I think, is a nice medium density anyway. So I'm really hoping you can see through these monofilament features. But if you inspect Heidi closely, you'll be able to see that little crimping effect at the root. It's not traditional permatease. You can call it bottom tease or pre-tease. There's a lot of different names for it, but that's the kind of permatease they're using here. Now, on the rest of the cap, on the open wefts, it's a different story. There you will find that soft, pillowy permatease all over. So very, very thick and heavy right at the temple, back, and nape. So lots of permatease on Heidi. Now, I remember Heidi when I first started to explore wigs during that first year, and Heidi looked absolutely gorgeous in the photos. And I got one and it was just so poofy and outrageous that this is before I had the experience of how to tame some of that down. And I tell you, I loved the style. I thought it was gorgeous. But when I saw myself in pictures, it just looked huge. And I wasn't used to having that much hair, right? So it did bother me a little bit, and I did not keep that Heidi. I have since had additional Heidis and really love them. So without further ado, let's dive right into this color. Now you'll notice on the color code S18-60-102RO, right? What does the RO stand for? It stands for Renau Ombre. Are you familiar with the term ombre? An ombre is just, it's actually a French term. That's where it originated. And it kind of hit the color scene for hair. So what you're going to see is a graduated effect of the color. It usually blends from darker to lighter, although in some fashion shades I've kind of seen the opposite as true. But on these cascading colors, you're going to see that ombre effect take place right at the root, and then it gradually blends into the lighter shades as you get about halfway down and then out to the tips. So the color story begins with this solstice with a dark ash blonde, and that starts right at the root, and then you'll see where this graduates into some white and platinum, and it gets a heavier application as you move down. And then the tips of this color are more or less a solid platinum shade. Now, this could have gone very wrong. And they actually took great care and were mindful of some of the details that make this look very natural. And one of those details is to take some of this highlight color or the lighter color and run that through the main color, which is the 18, which is an ash blonde, a darker ash blonde. So you'll see that that really softens that up a bit, and it makes that transition very soft and natural looking, right? The other thing that you will see on this is that this main color, this ash blonde, this dark ash blonde, you can see it from all angles of the style. So even at the nape, you're going to be able to see the graduation. A lot of times, manufacturers that attempt this kind of a technique miss that, and you don't get the rooting all the way through. So this just really looks like a grow out, that you have this platinum for maybe summer, the sun bleached platinum, and then it's been growing out ever since with this natural ash blonde shade. Now let's take a look at the lace front to see what it looks like under this new color. Very well done. You can see a fine blending of those highlights. It's not terribly obvious, but you can definitely sense them, and it just softens the color up so much. Very well done. These cascading colors are really perfect for a fall launch because they just look sun sprinkled. Your hair is starting to grow out after a beautiful summer experience. So there really is no warmth at all in this color. The warmest you're going to see is probably that platinum. And there's just a kiss, maybe a kiss of warmth in that platinum, but it probably only looks that way because it's next to the white. So we're going to do some styling with Heidi just so that I can prop this color up and show you a few different looks to really make this color the star and show it off. And we'll take a look at this color in outdoor light as well.